Hi, everyone. My name is Caitlin Ivers, and I'm a kindergarten teacher here in the district. I am part of a standards-based grading committee that is made up of a teacher from every grade level. So our team is myself, Darla Marcy, Missy Cool, Courtney Kraska, and Kelly Klimek. Now that we've been implementing standards-based grading in our elementary for a couple of years now, we really wanted to take it to that next level. What's next? What's the next big thing that we need to be working on that links to standards-based grading? We met with Mr. Olson, and then he kind of set us up with some professional development with Drea from the Personalized Learning Institute. And then we also had the opportunity to spend a day with some teachers from Little Falls who are currently implementing personalized learning. Personalized learning is really nice because it allows students to work on what they need to work on. It's not a one-size-fits-all curriculum. I teach to the entire group the same content. You guys all do the same activities. It's really catered to each student and what they need. So what we did was we came up with the idea for roadmaps. Each grade level is a different color road, and we went with the colors of the rainbow. So kindergarten would be red, first grade would be orange, all the way up to fifth grade is purple. We did that because we didn't want a grade level associated with certain standards. So that way, in later years, if a student in third grade is still working on a kindergarten standard, we didn't want there to be that, oh my God, so-and-so is working on kindergarten stuff. We went just colors of the rainbow. That way it's just, you go work on the green map, you're working on the yellow map. It kind of doesn't associate that like grade level criteria with what students are working on. So I'm going to go ahead and just explain really quickly what the roadmap is. I'm going to use kindergarten as the example. So what I envision is having some sort of folder where my students can see their roadmap. So it would say, today you're working in the red roadmap. I would give my students time, maybe a set time of the day that's specifically for roadmaps, or this could also be used during guided reading as one of their stations. So my students would click on the red roadmap, and you can see it takes them to their reading roadmap. We also have math, so we have both. What we chose to do is just focus on our priority standards, so our standards that are listed on our report cards. The reason we did that was because there are many, many, many standards for each subject, and we needed to kind of just narrow our focus for now. Hopefully later down the road, we will be able to add those other standards and make this document even bigger. So my students will look at their roadmap to see what they need to practice. We have all of our, like I said, all of our standards. So say I'm a student and it's my roadmap time. I want to practice naming the letters of the alphabet. So I would choose, I can name letters of the alphabet. And you can see it takes them to another page where they have tons of videos they can watch. And then they also have practice activities. So I want to practice learning about the letter S. Students would click on the letter S, and it will take them to a video that's all about the letter S. These can be videos that we find on YouTube. They can also be teacher created. So you can see they could watch the video. Then they can come back and they could keep learning about different letters, watching videos, learning the sounds, learning what the letter looks like, learning how to write it. And then when they're ready, they can choose a practice activity. So each of these numbers is a practice activity where they can click on it. It's going to give them their own copy of the document. That way, if they wanted to do it multiple times in a row, they would have a clean copy every time. And they could practice the activity on their own independently. Then, let's say students have taken an assessment on knowing the letters of the alphabet. One of my students knows every letter of the alphabet, capital and small. As the teacher, then I could fill in this cell green, and that tells students, okay, I don't need to practice that one anymore. That's something that I already know. And then they have fewer choices, and they only are allowed to practice things that they haven't mastered yet. The nice thing with our roadmap is because we included all of our grade levels in one document, this roadmap will follow each student all the way through elementary school. So what we're going to do is we're going to assign it in Google Classroom, and it will just stay out in Google Classroom forever. So now when my kindergartners go to first grade, Mrs. Marcy or whoever their teacher is could look at their roadmaps and be like, Oh, Johnny, you need to work on your red roadmap. It looks like you haven't filled in all your cells green yet. So then students could, if they haven't mastered it, go back and work on previous standards. Same could be said if I have a kindergartner who has already filled in all of their standards green, then they can go work on their orange roadmap. So we're giving students that opportunity to fall back if they need that extra practice. But we're also allowing them to move forward if they're ready. We don't want to hold students back if they're ready to learn. So we're kind of encompassing all students and giving them exactly what they need no matter where they are in their learning journey. So we do have all of our grade levels. Like I said, we have kindergarten, we have first grade, and it goes all the way up through fifth grade. So that way, fourth grade teachers still have that opportunity to push their students forward, even though they won't be in the elementary next year. So since none of us could be there today, I just wanted to give you a quick little video explaining what we've been working on. Mr. Malberg has been gracious enough to give us the time to work on it this summer, and we're hoping to have it up and ready when school starts in the fall. But if you have any questions, Mr. Olson has been working really closely with us, and he will be able to answer any of those questions. So thank you for taking the time to listen to my spiel today.